Test on one day. India, England, Australia. What a player! What a player! What a player!
Hello and welcome back to What a Player Concussion Sub-Series Fantasy section, where we'll be giving you fantasy tips for the second ODI between India and Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka got an absolute hammering. A team, B team, C team, doesn't really matter. Whoever turns up, I think they will beat Sri Lanka full on. I have with me Suman and Vishak to discuss and see what our team is looking like. Boys, how are we doing?
Looking forward for another day full of 4 cricket games. Love it. Absolutely love it.
Yeah, unfortunately, it looks like it's going to be one-sided series, but we never write off anyone who's playing at home. So let's see what Sri Lanka can do for this one. But what have you got on our fantasy team? Starting with you, Vishak.
Yeah, for the wicketkeeper, we have gone with Ishan Kishan. He looks in pretty good form. He scored a good 50. He showed what he is capable of in the first game, so we're going with him. We're going with Shikhar Dhawan as the captain, because he is the senior most player as a captain. He looks to have taken the responsibility of playing through the innings, which he did in the first game. So we expect him to do the same. So we're making him as the captain. And other logic which we have gone ahead with is in that when Ishan Kishan and Surya Kumar Yadav made their debut, Ishan Kishan did well in the first game and Surya Kumar Yadav did well in the second game. With that logic, again, we are making Surya Kumar Yadav as a vice captain. Yeah, he also looked good in the first game as well. So we are hoping that India would bat first, rack up a good score. That's why we made Surya Kumar Yadav as the vice captain. Avishka Fernando looked good in the first game, scored 30 odd, but he was out to Chahal. And we have gone with Prithvi Shaw as well. But think of one thing, that he got a blow on his head. If he's ruled out with concussion, then Devdutt Padikkal might play. So if that is the case, we can drop Prithvi Shaw and get Devdutt Padikkal in your team.
Concussion. That's our series name, and this all came about when Jadeja and Chahal in Australia came about. Okay, moving on to all-rounders. Dhananjay De Silva, Hardik Pandya and Hasaranga. They can bowl and bat well, and Hardik Pandya bowling more than 4 overs is definitely an advantage. So I see the value of bringing them in. Bowling combinations, double spinners, Chahal and Yadav. Given that they have momentum from the first game, we feel that they definitely will come good, and probably they're going to get all the 3 games if I'm not wrong. And then Lankan bowler Sandakan, he seemed like was the only one who had intent to take wickets in the first ODI. So going with the option, team looks pretty good. Vishak and Sanjay, did you feel anybody else stands a chance? Maybe Manish Pandey or Krunal Pandya?
Definitely, I thought about Krunal Pandya being with the Spurs, the game performance in the first game, but not Manish Pandey at least. Didn't think of Manish Pandey, but definitely thought about Krunal Pandya. But couldn't fit him in because we had to get the best 11 on the and we have already had 7 players from India here, and we are given a choice, as Akash mentioned in the previous game, we can get all 11 Indians. That's what we would prefer. There's a limitation that you can pick only 7 players from one team, so that's the reason we could not go with more Indians.
You stole my thunder, Suman. I was going to ask you, why have you not picked up Krunal Pandya?
Krunal Pandya is in everybody's mind. I mean, he's that kind of individual, not player, that everybody thinks of him. And I saw somebody shared a meme with me that when Rahul Dravid is not the coach, he's yelling at players, but when Rahul Dravid is the coach, he's hugging Sri Lankan players for no reason. So, Krunal Pandya for you.
Another point which I had, Vishak, was you see Mumbai Indians, how many players they've got here? Ishan Kishan, Surya Kumar Yadav, Pandya brothers, then Bumrah and Sharma, almost a certainty was sitting out. Prithvi Shaw is also from Mumbai, but obviously playing for Delhi. How big impact is Mumbai Indians having in the international setup?
Yeah, I was looking at the first match and I was just counting the number of... It looked like it's an IPL team. But usually IPL team has 4 foreigners, right? Instead, it was an IPL team with 4 Mumbai Indians players. Something like that. And the rest of the franchise is just completing the team. So that's how the team was. And yeah, Mumbai Indians, if you take a look, if you look at 2013, they didn't have that great team. They built the team actually. They brought in a lot of youngsters. They did a lot of talent scout. They gave chances to someone like Bumrah, Hardik Pandya, Krunal Pandya. They got in a lot of youngsters, and they showed confidence in them. They are repaying the faith, and that faith which they showed actually, and that's how they've got so many youngsters. If you look at the other teams, right, they have mainly gone with experienced players, and they have not built any youngsters. And if you see, the only 2 or 3 teams are doing that. I think Rajasthan Royals also did a good job when Dravid was the coach. I think Delhi Daredevils are also doing that. They are picking up some younger players and giving them exposure. So I think only these 3 teams are doing that. Rest of the teams are mainly looking at putting in experienced players and trying to win the trophy. They're not looking at a long-term possibility.
Just goes to show what bench strength India has. This is as good as team as India will put up. I think if India puts another team and plays a triangular in this series, I think both the teams from India will make it to the final. That's how good I think our bench strength is. Suman, our Sunrisers boy, Bhuvi, looked a bit scratchy on Sunday.
Very interested in maintaining the fitness of Bhuvi. I think the form is not a problem. He can bowl. I mean, death bowling, we'll have to figure it out. Not sure. I think he personally feels that he can get better at death bowling. Probably he goes for it. I think that's the only concern. Outside of that, the main area's focus is he got to keep fit. And if he keeps fit, talent is there for India to reap benefits.
Yeah, one thing which, I think one of the commentators made a valid point. He was trying to bowl Yorkers, but his pace was pretty down. At that pace, if you are trying to bowl Yorkers, people can easily pick you up early and pick up as low full tosses and hit you. That's what was happening with him. The pace was not up there for him. So maybe he's been building up some momentum after an injury layoff, and that's the reason the pace was not there. So he's just building up some momentum, and slowly he will gain some more momentum going into the series.
This became evident about him trying hard death bowling to get right during IPL season. Remember, after IPL, there are short little interviews which players do with each other. One of the Sunrisers game, he bowled well in one of the death overs. He was asked a question saying, does he enjoy bowling death at new ball? He did say that he's trying very, very hard to get his death bowling right, and he's trying to prove a point, but hopefully it comes good. But yeah, we all know his track record in death bowling is quite appalling.
Especially in the last over, like how Suman says always.
Yeah.
Well, any from Bumrah and Bhuvi would be an absolute treat to watch come the World T20. But thanks, boys. Thank you so much for all your inputs, picking up the team. For our viewers, if you're here for the first time, do check out our channel for other cricketing contents you may like. There's lots of match previews, series reviews, fantasy, trivia, interesting personalities come onto our show, and there's lots and lots of content which you may potentially like. So if you like anything, please do subscribe to our channel. If you're coming back, thank you very much. Please continue to support us. Boys, before we leave, there's a couple of points we want to add. One is that the game obviously involves an element of financial risk and may be addictive. Please be responsible and play at your own risk. You have to be 18 plus if you are playing this. The other point obviously is that the fantasy tips which we are providing, Whataplayer or its members cannot be held accountable for any losses you may incur. Please be safe, take care, and we hope to have you back another day, another show. Take care. Vishak, Suman, thanks again.
See you in the next episode.